Tracy.bish. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Victoria, Australia. I go live every Sunday with a new challenge for you. And I'm really excited that you're here, either watching live or watching the replay later. This challenge is actually a really good one, so I'm looking forward to showing it with you. So how is everyone going? Are you having a great weekend? Have you been busy? I'm an independent Stampin' Up! And I'll turn my laptop off so we don't have to listen to me again. Alrighty. I've had a really great weekend so far. I know I'm going to have a great weekend because I'm continuing what I was doing yesterday, which is crafting, doing videos and voiceovers for while I'm away. I'm also talking to a friend this afternoon, so that's always great. Good morning, Glenda. How are you? Alright, so this week's challenge is a sketch challenge, and I didn't print it out because I didn't have time, but this is the sketch for this week. So what's really great about sketches is anyone can join in. It's up to your creativity how you choose to use the sketch. So you can turn it around and have it that way. There's so many different ways you can interpret. It doesn't have to be circles, not like die cut circles. You could use images, you could use so many different things, so it's really, really great. Morning, Marion, how are you? It's foggy outside, great for crafting. It's actually supposed to be a really nice day today, so with sunshine, so let's see how that goes. All right, so because we have about 3 weeks left of celebration, I wanted to really focus on the celebration offerings. There are some new offerings from the annual catalogue that are also available. If you have everything out of the celebration catalogue that you have, there are some new offerings as well. The only thing that we haven't got available here in Australia are the pool party and soft sea foam note cards. They sold out pretty quick, these ones here, which are absolutely gorgeous. So hopefully you did get some early, but they're no longer available, but everything still is available. So with that sketch, I've actually done 4 beautiful cards, which I'm going to share with you, but we're only going to create one. And the one that I've chosen is because I really like the old Snowfall Accents puff paint. So that's why I've chosen to use this one as the one that we're creating. But let me show you the other cards. So that, keeping that sketch in mind, these are very basic cards, very easy to create. So we have the first one here. I have inked the background up with starry sky, balmy blue, green apple green, and let me think. I did create this a little while ago. I think it was garden green. And then I just fussy cut from the Rings of Love DSP, 3 of these gorgeous houses, and heat embossed my sentiment. Isn't that so cool? And this is on the shimmery white cardstock, so I don't know how well that picks up on the camera, but it has a little bit of a sparkle there as well, which is gorgeous. So this Trees of Love DSP, you can find it on page 7 of the Celebration catalogue, and 6 as well, because they've got some samples there. But this paper is really, really nice. It's 12 by 12. You've got 12 sheets, and yes, some really great ones. There's tree rings, mushrooms, birds. There's actually a really pretty bird DSP piece as well. So that is one of the designs that I created. Let me bring in another. So here is the second one. Once again, super simple, and I've used 2 Celebration DSPs in this one. I have die cut from the Stylish Shapes dies. This is the gold and silver specialty paper, so as you can see. Hi Rachel, how are you? And then I've also fussy cut from the Wonderful World DSP. This is a bundle, has a stamp set and DSP as the free gift, which I just think this is such a simple card. I can add a sentiment for any occasion down there. I've left it blank for that reason, because we never know what we're going to do a card for, but this is super cute. So in the Celebration the catalogue, the silver on gold 6x6 DSP, which is this one here. It's really pretty. 24 sheets of 6x6, free with a $90 order. And then we also have the Wonderful World, which I've used a ton throughout celebration. It's this one here, 12x12 DSP and a stamp set, and this is free with a $180 order. So, but very, very simple card, but really nice as well, and great for any occasion. Okay, so my third one here is using the Hippest Hippos and the Hippo dies. This is, I think, my favourite, or maybe even my second favourite. I'm just going to turn my heater off because it's starting to get warm in here already. This is a really great one as well. So cute. We've got some really cute little hippos with lots of different stamps with sentiments, as well as, oh, my wonderful hubby's bringing me a water. Thank you. It's because the heater's on. Awesome. Okay. And the die set has some great little accessories in it as well. So I've picked out the umbrella, a heart, a party hat, and some flowers to go with it. And this is the fern embossing folder, the 3D fern. So cute little background. So in the celebration catalogue, we have the Hippest Hippos on page 4. So 3 little hippos that you can dress up and change around. And then the hippo dies is on page 5. And see, there is so many different things you can use. There's a tub, there's a boat, there's waves, there's water. I don't know whether it's a bug or a butterfly, not sure. Could be a bee maybe. Some hearts. We've got a boy, flowers, stars, sunglasses, snorkel and goggles. So many great things. And then also our hippo dies that we can die cut out. Oh, and some tufts of grass. So you can be so creative with this set. It's a really great one. And also, just quickly while we're talking about this set, anyone who places an order this month will go in the draw. I'm giving away the Hippest Hippos and the hippo dies as a bundle. So anyone who places an order this month can get, will go in the chance to get that for free. So that's pretty awesome. All right, so that's my 3 cards. Let me show you my 4th one. Boat propeller, yes. Hi, Shauna, how are you? Hi, Judith. Love my use of the Happy Hippo set. Thank you. And Marion's on her 2nd pack. Is that of this one here? Or of these ones? Anyway, okay, so the 4th card, and this is the card that we're going to do. I love this one. If you've been following me, you probably know that I like wintry Christmas cards. So the snow, you know, even though we don't get that here, I know. But I don't know, there's something about it. I always really like it. So we are using the celebration item Tree Lot Dies, and we're creating this card. I've also used a beautiful DSP that's in the mini catalogue. This one is called, let me get it out to show you, because it's specialty paper, Snowflake 12x12, and this is really beautiful paper. There are 6 sheets in all. We have the Snowflake, that one that we're using on this card. We've got another Snowflake, and these have like that felting. I think that's flocking maybe. I think that's what they call it. And then the 3rd one is this one here with the snowflakes. So we have 3 with the flocking, and then we have 3 with foiling, using the same design, but isn't that gorgeous? Sort of brings up all sorts of colours in it, using those 3 same designs. So this is really, really pretty paper. You could fussy cut each of these images out as well, rather than just using a bigger piece. But look at all the colours that it brings up. So that is, actually I'm going to grab this one out because I think that's what I'll be using. rub that out. Just place these away. I know we had flocking paper like this last year or the year before, so that's really nice. And for this set, we're also used the Trees for Sale stamp set. Now this is in the mini catalogue, but the celebration item is the tree lot dies, which I highly recommend. If you don't have this yet, this is awesome. It's a great set, lots and lots of dies. Works perfectly with this stamp set. This can be found on page, let me find it, page 12. And there's 24 dies in this. So you're getting a ton of great dies that you can create scenes with. Really, really pretty. And there's some little samples there as well. The other week I did this card with casing the catalogue for the challenge, so I really liked that card. This card sold me on this set, but what I like is there's so many different things that you can do by die cutting, and because most of those dies work with the stamp set, you're really set up well. Okay, so we're going to create this card here, which is super cute. I'll bring these back in and show you in the end, just in case you're coming in late. But we're starting off with a piece of basic white thick card base, and I've already pre-scored, so I'm just going to fold and burnish. I do need to cut down my Snowflake DSP, so I'll just bring that in. I've also got some scraps of soft seafoam, granny apple green, and some gold foil that we're going to die cut from. But let me get my paper trimmer out and we'll just cut down this first piece. For this piece, we are going to need 5.5 by 3 7/8. So it's at 3 7/8 already. I'm just going to put it in at 5.5. Let me know which one is your favourite, and which celebration item is your favourite. That's always fun. Shauna says, loving my cards makes me want everything. That's what happens when you're watching craft videos, I think, though. It works that way for me as well, if that makes you feel better. So that is a nice little matted piece on our card base, which perfect little snowflakes on the back. Then we're going to bring in our scrap pieces and our die set. So I'm actually using the large detailed tree and also our large solid tree as well. So they're the ones that we're going to die cut from. I also need my stars because we'll be die cutting these ones from the gold foil. And I think I should be able to use my mini for this one, so I'm going to bring my mini in. I am going to have to cut down my cardstock just to fit it through, but that'll be fine. Glenda likes the Stampin' DSP, so this one that we're using now. Okay, Judith, I will show you how I put the vellum onto the cardstock really soon. All right. There's a couple of ways you can do it. It just depends on how large your piece is as well. So I'm going to run this one through. We're going to need 3 of these. So a little bit of die cutting in this one, but hey, it's a set with lots of dies, so that's okay. Actually turn it around the other way. When you're die cutting and you're die cutting a few, if you turn your dies the other way, you'll use less cardstock. So there's a good little tip for you than if you were going the same way each time because of the width. So if you like to save your cardstock, when you're die cutting a few of the same images, turn them around the other way. What's everyone got on this weekend? Are you doing anything exciting? Or are you relaxing? Doesn't want to go through. Let's go the other side. There we go. I did crafting. I also filmed 5 videos yesterday, which was really great. I did edit them last night and I'll be doing voiceovers for them today. So I'm feeling really productive this weekend, which is really good. So I'm just going to cut my Granny Apple Green cardstock down. Sorry, that's off camera, but it's not that exciting. I'm just using my paper trimmer. And then we can cut these ones out. So I really like that detailed dye over the solid colour. And we've got the light colour in the background and the popping colour in front, which looks really good. This has lots of little pieces to it that'll come out. There's our second one. And last one for this one, and then we still have our little stars. Just going to grab out, I take my pick tool and push that one through. That one seems a little stuck in. Take my pick tool is a really good tool to have on your desk. Okay. The last one. Hi Sean, how are you? Judith said relax, is that a thing? No, not when you've got things to do. I'm far from relaxed because the weekend that we get back from the US, the following weekend is on stage, which I'm going. I registered last week, and so I've got to do swaps for that as well. So there's no time to relax. I'll relax when I'm on holidays, or if I get the stuff done beforehand. You guys know I'm a pretty high-strung sort of person. Sure. When you run your gold foil through your machines, sometimes your plates, which can get really banged up, and they get banged up really quick, can leave marks on your foil. So what I recommend is just cutting down to the piece that you need. That way you're not going to mark your foil for the next project that you're going to use it for. And these are tiny little stars, but what's really great about these ones as well is they have like an indent in them. Let me show you up close. So there's some great detail in it. It's not just a straight star. All right, so I'm going to pop them down. Let's bring all my pieces in. I'm also just going to pop all the little pieces from my die cut. So you Take My Pick tool has a few tools on it. It's a great little putty end that helps you pick up sequins and different embellishments. You have this tool here has a pokey tool or a piercing tool on one side, and then the other end has a spatula. And then there's another one that can go in here. So it comes out, that's the spatula. Just goes in and twists. There's also another tool that goes in this side that you can change out for, and that's your stylus. So you have your thick and thin scoring tool or stylus tool. So this is a really great nifty tool to have on your desk. Last one. These come out pretty easy though. Oh, we have sunshine out. Awesome. I'm still debating whether to do washing and putting it out in the line. We've had rain and lots of rain here. Our block next door has huge puddles, and every time our German Shepherd Riley goes out, we've got to leave her outside for a little while because she runs through the puddles and her whole underside is just full of water. Alright, so I have those. I'm actually just going to get rid of all my little pieces and stick them in the bin so I don't drop them on the floor. My floor has enough disasters on it. Alright, so one thing you could have done before die cutting these out is I could have put adhesive sheets on the back, and then that way they're just going to stick straight down on the solid image. I didn't do that, but it won't matter. I'm just going to bring out our trusty glue and secure them on. Judith, I'll message you Marion's address, no problem. And Glenda, says she's sewing placemats for Meals on Wheels Christmas gifts. Everyone who gets Meals on Wheels gets one of the Christmas. Oh, as a Christmas gift. Need 110. Only 6 of us sewing them. That is such a great idea, Glenda. Nice little gift with their meal. And I think all my glues are empty again, so let me grab out another bottle. I should have known because I was struggling with getting glue out yesterday. That's all right. The new one here. Super easy. Always got extras on hand. So I'm just dabbing a little bit along the back of the die. Trying not to put too much on because I don't want it to come through the front. There we go. And my little trick is I'm just going to get an acrylic block and place that on top. Okay, moving on to the next one. Oh, that's a big bit. So adhesive sheets would work really well. If I was thought about it a little bit more, that would probably work quite easier for you, but it's one of those things. I have the adhesive sheets in with my cardstock and I always forget about it. So I'm going to swap that over with this one and our last one. Glenda, are they like Christmas themed ones, or is it just a one that they can use all year round? That is such a great idea. Nice to make them feel special. Alrighty. So, we have those all ready to go. We're going to bring in our Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. This is in the mini catalogue. We had this out a couple of years ago, and I loved it as well because, you know, it's snow. It's fake snow, but it's pretty cool.
Still going?
Yep.
Well, I'm going that side.
Oh, okay, no worries. So it's in a little bottle and it has a little nozzle on the end. All we're going to do is we're just going to add, and it comes out, it's has a lot of liquid, so it comes out pretty hard. You don't need to press on the bottle or anything like that. And I'm actually going to bring in my tweezers, and we're just going to heat it with the heat tool. Now I found that sometimes you'll have to come back in and add a little bit more of the Snowfall accents. I'm focusing mainly on the tops of the trees, but I will go down some of the trees as well. So it's like the craft puff paint. Use something hot to puff it up. And the hotter your heat tool is, the quicker it works, just like heat embossing. So I don't know how well you can see that one. I'm going to add a little bit more. I found sometimes when you add a second lot, that's when it works. It's magic, a lot better. Hi Beverly, how are you? Rachel's asking if she could use it like embossing paste on stencils then puff. I don't think so, only because it's super runny, Rachel. It's not like the embossing paste. I don't think you could be able to get it to stay in that spot. See how that puffed up a lot better? I'm actually just going to add another little bit down here, and we're right with this tree. So this does take a little bit of time, but not that long. So cute. All right, let's move on to another one. So we're doing all three of our trees. So I found like the first layer doesn't puff up quite so much. It gives a little bit of like a light snow. And then if you add the second layer, it really shows up. That's just what I've found anyway. You might have a different experience. I was actually filming with the Snowfall accents yesterday, and I put a little bit too much on. It come out pretty fast. And when I hit it with the heat tool, even though I was really careful with it, it actually went off the cardstock. So it is super runny. You want to be careful not to put too much on. And our last one. Let's put that in so you can see what we're creating. I don't know if you can see it, but I have dog hair on my table. Our German Shepherd, she's starting to molt, so there is hair everywhere. Last one. So you're making either, it doesn't matter whether it's Christmas or an everyday one. That's a great idea. I made 20 quilts 2 years ago for bushfire victims. That's good if you're a sewer, that's awesome. I cannot sew at all. Alrighty, so we have our 3 trees ready to go. Let's bring our card base in. So there's a couple of ways that you can adhere your vellum to your card base. The first way is if you attach your trees down to your vellum, when you turn your vellum over, that's where you can add your adhesive. So that's one way, and that's the way I actually did this card. I had my vellum peeking up. The other way is if you use your green glue, so your Tombow Mono multi-purpose glue, and I have shown this technique before. You need your silicone mat, which it's not in my drawer, I'm not sure where it is. So your silicone mat, and I just use an old sponge. You add your green glue to your silicone mat and then pick it up with your sponge and dab the back of your vellum, and then that will stick it down. You want to be careful because you don't want to add too much. You want to add enough that it'll secure your vellum down, but you don't want to add too much where it will show through, because vellum is very translucent, so it will show through your design. So there's a couple of ways that you can do it. So we're actually just going to pop up our trees, and then I'm going to be adding the adhesive on the back of the trees area where the vellum is. Hope that makes sense. Sometimes I think I talk in riddles. Our second one in. Judith, that's exactly right. She's the sewer, and that's probably why I've never learnt that, and I've never enjoyed it. Didn't like it in school. Doesn't interest me at all, but that's okay. I do like doing this type of creativity, so I don't feel I'm missing out. And I don't think these days it's cost effective to make your own clothes, so there's really no need. I didn't space them very well. Let's see if I can pull that up. All right, everyone, be nice. No, I will say Mum is a great sewer because she made my kids dress-ups. So many different dress-ups when they were little, and they loved them. All right, so we have that down. I'm going to bring in some tear and tape and just add tear and tape to the back of those trees. I don't like using the green glue on vellum, but I know some people do, so whatever you choose. This will definitely keep that piece down enough, so I'm not worried about it lifting off at all. The tear and tape is super strong, and I've never had a problem with it. So just taking the backings off each one, except that one. Another great reason for the Take My Pick tool. There we go. So we're just going to layer that in the middle. Perfect. All right, so we can bring in our little stars, and I'm just going to add a dot of the liquid glue on top of each. And then using my putty piece, I've just picked up the star, and we're just going to place that one down. So one on each. And once your putty runs out, you can, it comes with 2 putties with the Take My Pick tool, but you can repurchase putties, so you'll never run out. All right, so now we're just going to grab our sentiment piece. So I'm using the soft sea foam, the Granny Apple Green. Let's bring that in. And we're going to heat emboss that sentiment from the Trees for Sale. So very merry. There's some great sentiments in this stamp set. You light up the season, so very merry Christmas season, or Christmas greetings. And we're going to heat emboss this with the basic white powder, so from the Basics selection. So Versamark ink. Grab my white powder. I was using it yesterday and I popped it away. I've actually lifted my cardstock up a little bit, so I think I might just stamp another one. I think I need to add a little bit more re-inker into my Versamark because I've noticed it's been pulling up my cardstock. So I think it might be a little dry. So when it pulls up the cardstock a little bit, it does leave a raised area, which I don't super like too much. I'll bring my heat tool in again and we'll quickly emboss that. I think the sun's gone away again, so we might not have a sunny day at all today. Maybe that's all it was going to come out for, that 5 or 10 minutes. Just missed that end of the Y, so let me see. Hopefully it hasn't dried too much before I saw it. Oh, there we go. Good save. And the white really pops up on coloured card, especially black. So I really like the look that brings up. this in my paper trimmer. Get rid of those pieces. Let's cut it down a little bit more. And I could have had this cut previously, but it won't matter too much. Now I could add a little bit of the gold underneath. What do you think? Maybe I will, because that'll look really nice. Not quite so plain. And it was just sitting on my desk, so I might as well use it. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? I'm going to use tear and tape. I always find gold foil, or any of the foils, doesn't sit down so well on with glue. My blade needs replacing. Oh, that's super pretty. And I'm just going to add a dimensional in between each tree. There we go. So it takes over that trees a little bit more. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Yes, I like the gold around the sentiment. That's really pretty. All right. So that's today's card and our challenge. So it is a sketch challenge. I would love it if you joined in. Let me bring in those other 3 cards that I created as well using that sketch. Thank you, everyone. So I'd love if you come and joined in the sketch challenge. All you need to do is just create your cards, come over to my Facebook page. You'll be pinned to the top of my page, and you can pop your photo in the comments. Make sure you check everyone else's out as well. Leave a comment with them. Let them know that you like their card. If you're in need of any of the supplies that I've used on the card, don't forget you've only got 3 weeks left to get those celebration products. So get in now and get them quick. Anyone who purchases this month using this host code will go on the draw to get, or to win, the Hippest Hippos stamp set and dies. So I'll be giving that away to one lucky person who's shopped with me throughout the month. So that's a great little added bonus. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad that you liked it. Judith says she just wants the little star die. And yes to the gold. Awesome. Now, does anyone have any questions before we go? I'll be here live on Thursday at 5 p.m. When I go live every Thursday. So if you want to come back and join me for that one, that's great. If you haven't hit subscribe, please do that. And thank you everyone who has given me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that as well. All right, I don't know whether there's anyone asking questions, so that's really great. The card today is using the tree lot dies as well as the Trees for Sale stamp set, which is in the mini catalogue. This is a great one. Has awesome dies that you can choose with a $180 order. I highly recommend this set. I think you will use it over and over again. If you've got friends and family who like camping, this little caravan is a cutie. So great for retirement cards. You're set up for any sort of bush themed. So it's really great. All right, everyone, thank you so much and have a great rest of your week, weekend, whatever you're up to. I'm going to get in and start doing some voiceovers. So I think I'm all ready now. All right, thank you, everyone. I'm glad that you love them. Excellent. All right, enjoy your weekend, everyone. I'll see you all really soon. Bye-bye.